My father's voice was still echoing in the humid Hawaiian air when the shouting began, sharp, frantic, impossible to ignore. I stood at the edge of the driveway, watching my sister and her fiancé yank at the locked door like it personally insulted them. Their voices cracked through the quiet morning. "This is our house, open it!" The irony stung so sweetly I almost smiled. I didn't, not yet. The ocean wind carried their panic to me, the kind that only comes when entitlement meets an impenetrable wall. I kept my hands in my pockets, calm, steady, waiting for the moment they'd finally look up and see me standing there. And when they did, when their rage collided with my silence, I felt something shift inside me. They had no idea, not yet, but they would. I grew up in the shadow of their golden child, my sister, the miracle baby, the princess, the one who needed extra attention, which became the permanent excuse for everything. If she wanted something, it materialized. If I wanted something, I was being dramatic. Birthdays forgotten, achievements downplayed. But the worst part wasn't the neglect. It was the assumption that I'd always be there, quiet, dependable, invisible. My parents treated me like a spare piece of furniture, something useful but not to be admired. I learned early that silence kept the peace, and silence made me easy to use. When I bought my first property at 24, my mother called it cute. When my sister got a job interview, they threw a celebratory dinner. Favoritism wasn't a moment in my family. It was the operating system. The final fracture came a month ago. We were at a restaurant, one of those places where the napkins are practically starched into origami swans, when my dad announced the big surprise with a beaming pride I hadn't seen in years. "A Hawaii vacation home for your sister," he said, raising his glass. "A wedding gift." My sister squealed. Her fiancé kissed her cheek. My mother dabbed fake tears. And I, sitting right there, breathing the same air, was treated like a background extra. Then came the kicker. "We'll need your help with the logistics," Dad said casually. "You're good with property stuff. You can make sure everything is ready for them to move in. It's the least you can do for your sister." The least I could do? That sentence is what snapped something quiet and cold inside me. I swallowed my wine and let them talk. Let them gush. Let them plan their little celebration. They never asked if I wanted to be part of it. They assumed I would be, as always. They forgot one detail. I don't do least. Not anymore. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I didn't confront them. I went home, pulled out my laptop, and opened my real estate portfolio. Then I smiled for the first time in weeks. The house, their future paradise, wasn't theirs at all. It was still under the developer's ownership pending final sale. And someone with the right capital, connections, and timing could intercept the deal effortlessly. Someone like me. I didn't need to punish them loudly. I just needed to make one phone call, one wire transfer, one signature. A silent operation. A clean slice. By morning, the house had a new owner. Me. I told no one. I waited. They arrived 2 weeks later with suitcases, champagne, and a photographer, planning to record their triumphant entrance for social media. Instead, they found a locked gate, new security codes, and a deed posted on the door with one name on it. Mine. My sister's face twisted into something animalistic. My mom kept saying, "This must be a mistake." My dad's jaw locked, the vein in his temple pulsing. "What did you do?" he finally asked, voice shaking. I stepped forward, steady as a tide. "This house isn't yours," I said. "It never was." My sister hissed, "Dad promised." I stopped her with a look so cold she flinched. Promises don't override legal transactions. The fiancé tried stepping toward me, puffing up his chest like a sad balloon. "Fix this." I tilted my head. I already did. Their anger had turned into fear, the moment entitlement realizes it has no leverage. My father took the deed from the door, scanning for a loophole. How did you even? You asked for my help, I reminded him, so I handled the logistics. He stared at me, and for the first time I saw it. The realization that I wasn't the quiet child anymore. I wasn't the spare, and they had never learned who I truly was. I let them stand there in the sun, sweating, humiliated, clutching suitcases meant for a home they'd never touch. You used me for years, I said softly. You made decisions about my life like I wasn't standing right there. So I made one decision about yours. My sister lunged forward. You thief! No, I said. I'm an owner. The security team, my security team, stepped into view. Their faces collapsed. Clean, legal, irreversible. They left eventually, dragging their pride behind them like broken luggage. My sister shouted the whole walk to the car. My parents didn't. They couldn't. The house was quiet again when they disappeared down the hill. I walked inside, my home now, and exhaled. No yelling, no dismissing, no being made small, just space. Finally mine. In the living room, sunlight spilled across the floor in long, golden lines. I stood there, letting the calm settle into my bones. People think revenge is loud, explosive, chaotic. They're wrong. The most satisfying revenge is silent, just a locked door and a truth finally acknowledged. I'm not their shadow anymore. And this time, the house with the ocean view is mine, because I chose myself.